Now I invite Sri Chandrasekhar Reddy from Telugu language.
Respected Chairperson, Sri Chandrasekhar Kambar garu, my dear sisters and brothers, at the outset, I thank Sahitya Akademi for choosing my book, Mana Navalalu, Mana Kathanikalu, our novels and our short stories for Sahitya Akademi Award 2014 and giving this valuable opportunity to be with the famous literary personalities of different Indian languages. Before going into the details of my experiences in the literary criticism, I would like to say a few words about my association with Sahitya Akademi. My association with Sahitya Akademi started 30 years back when I participated in a workshop on translation organized jointly by Sahitya Akademi and the Department of Lexicography, University of Kerala at Trivandrum in 1986, and it is tightened with the participation in another 3-week workshop on translation organized by Sahitya Akademi at the same Trivandrum in 1987. Apart from others, I have translated 4 works for Sahitya Akademi. They are Maharishi Devendranath Tagore, a monograph, short stories of Kartar Singh Duggal, a Punjabi writer, short stories of Kishan Chandar, Urdu writer, and Kurti Punal, The River of Blood, a Tamil novel by Indira Parthasarathi. Influenced by the magazine Indian Literature, I developed a sense of Indian literature and translated some of the interviews and articles from Sahitya Akademi magazine. It is worth mentioning that I have proposed and succeeded in introducing a paper entitled Indian Literature for Postgraduate Telugu Students in 3 universities, namely Sri Krishnadevara University Anantapur, Potti Sriramulu Telugu University Hyderabad, and Yogi Vemana University Kadapa. As a resource person for refresher courses organized by academic staff colleges for degree and PG teachers, I utilize the opportunity to dwell upon the concept of Indian literature, and I am happy about the curiosity and positive response of the teachers. Dravidian University has published my book entitled Comparative Essays on South Indian Literature. All this was possible because of my association with Sahitya Akademi. Mana Navalalu, Mana Kathanikalu is an anthology of 24 essays and forewords on and to selected Telugu novels and anthologies of short stories. It is a work of criticism on Telugu fiction, and I have published this book to strengthen the criticism on Telugu fiction and to fill up some of the gaps in the history of criticism on Telugu fiction. I endeavored to analyze 14 Telugu novels and novelettes in the first 13 essays, and in the next 11 critically evaluate some of the anthologies of Telugu short stories. All these novels and short stories were written by the authors come from all the 4 regions of undivided Andhra Pradesh, which reflected the lives of exploited sections of society. All the writers are influenced by some social movement or ideology or the other. I attempted to re-evaluate a renowned Telugu political epic novel, namely Malapalli, Dalit Colony of Unnava, a novel of Indian national movement in which we can find both Gandhiism and Marxism. This essay was written after 8 years of its publication in the changed social and ideological scenario when some critics tried to defame this novel. I focused on the technique of Prajala Manishi, People's Man of Vattukota Alvaraswamy, a novel of Telangana Liberation Movement based on available internal evidences in the text. Gaddalad Tandai, Vultures Are Flying, Addamlo Chandamama, Moon in the Mirror, Chikati Poolu, Flowers in the Darkness, Penneti Malupulu, Turnings of the River Penna, etc. novels I have taken into my study. These are all Dalit and Bahujan novels. Akashamlo Sagam of Volga, Women's College of Naveen are feminist novels. Rakta Kasaram of Naveen, that is a lake of blood, depicted the problems of Telangana people during the struggle between the state government and Naxalites. Palle Pilichindi, Call from Village by Dwaraka, is a novel, a Gandhian novel written in 1980s, dealt with the reformation of a village by a schoolmaster. Verlu and Bodhi of Ketu Vishwanath Reddy are two novelists on the present education system and unemployment from Marxist perspective. I tried to analyze these novels in the light of contemporary socio-economic and political conditions. A comparative study was made on two important Telugu short stories, namely Yajñam of Kalipat Ramarao and Vorabavi, a public well by Kolkaluri Enoch. Both the stories have Dalit life as content, and both writers are Marxists, though they belong to different castes. Yajñam described the economic exploitation of Dalits by upper caste moneylenders and people's representatives with class outlook, whereas the Vorabavi public well described how Dalits are insulted, discriminated and deprived of their rights by upper caste from caste outlook. Both the stories proposed the revolution as the solution for the problem. After analysis and comparison, I proposed the scientific and total social change is not possible unless the class struggle and caste struggle go hand in hand, and the story cannot become a complete one. I am happy to say that the last two essays in my book, that is, number one is Social Movements and Telugu Short Story, and the other is Telugu Dalit Short Story from Sympathy to Anger, are path-breaking, crucial works. I maintain impartiality in supporting or opposing the works taken for criticism. Of course, I received flowers when I appreciated and accepted the ratings, and curses when I opposed a work in toto or a portion of the work. Sri Venyat Ramchandra Rao said in 1899, it is very problematic to criticize a it is very problematic to criticize a poem in this world. Sri Tripuraneni Madhusudan Rao said recently that criticism of a piece of work is difficult than creating a piece of work. Under the influence of such opinions and with the encouragement of my teachers, I took up the business of literary criticism. My teachers are Professor G.N. Reddy, Head of the Department of Telugu, Sri Venkateswara University, Tirupati, who organized seminars with MA final Telugu students on every Saturday. The other is Professor M. Subbareddy, who taught me literary criticism and engaged us to take class within the classroom. The third one is Professor T. Koteswar Rao, my research guide, who trained me in studying a piece of work in depth. I am proud to mention that Kattamanchi Ramalinga Reddy, recognized as the father of modern Telugu literary criticism and author of Kavitattva Vicharam. Then Sri Rachamallu Ramchandra Reddy, hailed as a cruel critic by Sri Sri, an established Marxist critic, the author of Saraswati Vivechana. The third one, Tripuraneni Madhusudan Rao, an uncompromised revolutionary Marxist critic and the author of Sahityamlo Vastu Silpalu. And the fourth one is Sardesha Thirumal Rao, a scientist cum literary critic and author of Kanyasulka Natakala, are my role models. My first critical essay, namely Poetic Values in Telugu Singing Songs, was published in Sravanti in 1972. During these 42 years of my literary career, I published 38 books, of which 17 works belong to literary criticism on classical and modern Telugu literatures and also on Indian literature, whereas others are translations, poetry and edited works. As a literary critic, I believe literature must be an artistic and critical reflection of social reality, serve a social purpose. I also believe a literary critic must be committed to some ideology or the other, must have a world outlook and act as a watchdog to the literature. On this happy occasion, it is my duty to remember my parents, Sri Ramareddy, my father, Mangamma, my mother, Rajamma, my stepmother, and a Dalit elder man who worked in our fields during my student days. My mother expired when I was 2. I don't know how she was, but by that time we were 4 children to my father. My stepmother brought us up with love and affection. My father wanted to hand over me the family responsibilities after my high school education, but my stepmother and the Dalit elder man convinced my father to allow me for further studies. But for their encouragement, I could not have entered the university and become a literary critic. I cannot forget the cooperation extended by my wife, Srimati Lakshmi Kantamma, who allowed me to spend all the time on study the literature, to deliver discourses and to write criticism. A shy and feared-looking boy of a small village agricultural family, becoming a university teacher, moulding himself as a literary critic, and stepping into Sahitya Academy to receive award is a long process and an indication of social change. This is nothing but the fruit of sacrifices of our freedom fighters and makers of Indian Constitution. I humbly salute and before them at this stage. I thank one and all for patiently hearing my speech. Thank you.